My boyfriend says I'm selfish because I wouldn't give him my leftovers, and somehow that turned into a full-blown argument about love, fairness, and what it really means to share your life with someone. Okay, I need to tell you about the fight I had with my boyfriend. And when I say fight, I don't mean screaming and throwing plates. I mean one of those arguments that start small, like almost laughably small, but slowly spirals into something bigger. Something that makes you stop and wonder, wait, is this about food? Or is this about something way deeper? Spoiler alert, it was about leftovers. Yep, leftovers. But also, not really. Let me set the stage. I'm 27. He's 31. We've been dating for about a year and a half, and for the most part, we're solid. Like, he's thoughtful, kind, emotionally mature, which is a rare find these days, let's be honest. He opens doors. He remembers my mom's birthday. He listens when I talk about the same work drama for the 100th time, but he also apparently thinks I'm selfish because I don't want to share my leftovers. Picture this. We're out at this beautiful little Italian place downtown. Candlelight, soft music. One of those cozy places where they bring out warm bread in a little basket and the butter is actually soft, not that cold, hard brick some places give you. He orders carbonara. I get the chicken parm. It's delicious, but huge. Like, I'm halfway through and already thinking, yup, tomorrow's lunch? Handled. He devours his plate. I take a break, sip some wine, and pull the classic move. Hey, can I get a box for this? Then he says it. The sentence that would launch the great leftover debate of 2025. Can I finish that? I kind of laugh. No, I want it tomorrow. And suddenly he looks surprised, not annoyed, just confused. Like I just told him I believe the earth is flat or something. Here's the thing. I grew up in a big family, multiple siblings, loud dinners. Food didn't last long and you did not hesitate. If you left the room during dinner, your garlic bread was gone. My parents weren't big on sharing either. It was kind of every man for themselves, especially with snacks. So I learned early on, if you like something, protect it. If you've got leftovers, guard them with your life. They're yours. They're sacred. They're a little piece of joy waiting for you later. Meanwhile, my boyfriend, only child, super generous parents. If someone wanted a bite, you gave them the whole thing. Need the last cookie? Take it. Want a sip of my drink? Here, have half. It was a completely different vibe. And honestly, I love that about him. His generosity. The way he's quick to give without thinking twice. It's part of what made me fall for him. But it also makes this specific issue kind of complicated. So when I told him, no, I want it for lunch tomorrow, he just blinked and went, really? That's kind of greedy. Greedy? Now I'm sitting there with half a chicken parm and suddenly feeling like I just stole candy from a baby. I said, how is it greedy? It's my food. You finished yours. He says, yeah, but I'd share mine with you. If you asked for mine, I'd give it to you without thinking twice. And I believe him. I know he would. But does that mean I have to do the same? Is it really greedy to want to eat the rest of my food later? He paid for dinner that night, which he later brought up. Like, well, technically I paid for it. And okay, sure. But we go out all the time. Sometimes I pay, sometimes he does. That's never been a thing between us. So why suddenly does ownership come into play only when I don't want to share my leftovers? I thought it was a one-off, a minor disagreement, but then it happened again and again. Each time we went out and I didn't finish my meal, there'd be this moment of tension. He'd ask. I'd say no. He'd call me selfish or give me a look. One time he even said, "You're so weird about food," which honestly kind of stung. Because yeah, maybe I am a little weird about food, but not in a mean way. Just in a this is comforting to me kind of way. And here's where things started to really spiral. We're at this upscale place for our anniversary. We order appetizers, entrees, even dessert. I'm stuffed. He's not. Dude has the appetite of a golden retriever. As I'm boxing up my filet mignon and mashed potatoes for the next day, he goes, "So are we splitting that?" I kind of laugh like, "You want half of my leftovers?" He nods. "Yeah, it's a special occasion. We should share the experience, including what's left." I blink. You already ate your food, and your dessert, and half of mine. He shrugs. Still, we should split it. At this point, I'm just baffled. When did leftovers become a shared resource? And why does it feel like I'm being guilted for wanting to enjoy the rest of my meal later? That night, he introduces what I now call the leftover rule. He says, from now on, if we go to a fancy restaurant for an occasion, any leftovers get split equally. Like this is some kind of divorce decree. And the part that kills me? He always finishes his meal, every time. So this new rule, it only applies to my leftovers. I started thinking, maybe I am being selfish. Maybe this is a me problem. Maybe I need to unlearn this food protective mindset I grew up with. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, this isn't really about food. It's about how we give. It's about how we were raised. It's about what we each believe love and generosity look like. To him, giving someone food is love. It's second nature. To him, saying no is a rejection, even if it's tiny. To me, saying no is safety. It's normal. It's how I protect myself, literally and emotionally. When I save leftovers, I'm not just hoarding food. I'm giving future me a small gift, a moment of joy during a busy workday, a comfort. And when he asks for that, it feels, maybe irrationally, like he's asking me to give up that comfort, that tiny little act of self-care. So I tried to compromise. I said, you can have a bite or two, but I still want the rest for later. He wasn't satisfied with that. He said it still felt stingy. And now we're stuck in this weird loop where both of us feel hurt over something that should be so simple. He thinks I'm being petty. I think he's being entitled. And yeah, it makes me wonder, if we can't agree on something as small as food, what happens when bigger decisions come up? Finances, kids, life goals. What if this difference in how we define fairness and generosity bleeds into every part of our relationship? So, am I the asshole for not sharing my leftovers? Honestly, maybe a little. Maybe I could be more generous. Maybe I am too protective. But also, maybe I'm just someone who finds comfort in the small things. And maybe it's okay to want to keep those small things for myself. At the end of the day, I think it's not about who's right. It's about understanding each other. He needs to understand that for me, food is more than just food. It's a way I feel secure. And I need to understand that for him, sharing is love. Giving is instinct. If we can learn to honor each other's perspectives, maybe we'll find our middle ground. Until then, I'm ordering an extra entree to go, just in case. So yeah, maybe it's not just about food. It's about boundaries, love, and how we show care. What do you think? Am I being selfish, or is he overreacting? Let me know in the comments. And if you like stories like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.